Hey guys, this is Dan from Driver Motorsports, and today we're going to be talking about this 1994 Toyota Cresta. So first thing right off the bat, this is a pretty much bone stock car. It's only got a few modifications. It's got an HKS intake and HKS exhaust. That's it performance-wise on the vehicle, so it's going to be a really good baseline on how that 1JZ power hits the road, how the JZX90 chassis feels. Suspension-wise, it's got some different wheels. It's got the Presidio 17-inch wheels. Not really sure the model of these. One of the other guys will know more, or if Presidio is even the right way to pronounce that. Who knows? I really like these wheels. They look like R32 GTR wheels, really close to it. As far as suspension, it's just the wheels, some new Toyo tires, and we've got HKS coilovers. Interior, there's just a couple little things. It's got an HKS boost gauge and an HKS fan controller, and we're gonna go talk about this thing, drive it, and give you guys a review. So, we're in a freaking JZX90, guys. And somebody just pulled out in front of us. That's about right to start this video. So, JZX90, man, I don't even know where to start. Let's start with the fact that it's the coolest vehicle that you should own. Like, realistically, it's a 3,000 pounds, it's a couple hamburgers and cheeseburgers over 3,000 pounds, which means it's only a couple 100 pounds heavier than an S chassis. For a big four-door, big body, it's not considered a compact vehicle anymore. Like, it's a full body sedan. It's awesome. So let's start off talking about the JZX90 platform as a whole, because that's really confusing, and I've spent way too much time researching JZX90s and learning all this stuff, because there's like 1,000 different trim levels and 3 different models, and it's in like 24 different engines. It feels like, really it's only like 6 or 7, but the one that we're talking about today, this obviously is a Cresta. So the Chaser is kind of the big, that was the first one for the JZX90. There's the MX83 and all that stuff. But the one that everybody knows is the Chaser. They often get mismatched. The Mark II and the Cresta all kind of get lumped in with the Chaser a lot of times. But the biggest difference, and the reason that the Crestas are a little more rare, is because they're a luxury version of those cars. So it's just a little more comfy. The interior is super, super, super comfy. Like, I would drive across the country in this thing in a heartbeat. It's just, it's almost like perfect for fat people. I'm saying that because I am one. Let's stop talking for a second. One of the craziest things about the 1J is that it revs out to like 7,200 RPMs. So you can just freaking have fun all day. I'm gonna slow down a little bit. We weren't going fast, people, I promise. The cool thing is these things will actually like happily rev out to about 8,000 like stock heads. I'm not saying that longevity will be great that way, but they can and they will, and they sound awesome that way. So this thing from the factory has metal head gaskets, so it's going to take some power. 1Js and 2Js hold about the same amount of power before you have to start busting into the bottom end. So one of the biggest downfalls with the JZ motors is the turbos. A lot of Japanese companies did this back in the 90s, where the actual wheel on the turbo and the fins are ceramic, and if you go over 1 bar, they have a tendency to explode. So there's a lot of companies in the States now even that you can send them your turbo, and and they'll put a billet wheel in there, and ta-da, you're good for 500 horsepower. So I know a lot of you guys have seen the videos in Japan, especially at Ebisu, of all these JZX90s just smashing together left and right. And the reason is because in Japan, these things are they're just everywhere. You can find them everywhere. They're family cars. I mean, they're like a Toyota Camry in the States, except for they had an inline six, they're rear wheel drive, and they're freaking twin turbocharged. So you can find them anywhere. Parts are always there in Japan, and they're relatively inexpensive because most of them are kind of beat up. So the 1JZ is rated at 280 horsepower, 76 to be exact, but we all know that Toyota was kind of lying when they said 276, because realistically it probably makes more than that, and as soon as you kind of turn the boost up a little bit, it's making a lot more than that. Obviously that's to the crank, that's to the wheels, but you would never really know. The one thing that I really do like about this car is it's got all that top end power. It doesn't have as much power down low. Now it's not like an RB20 where it feels lacking. It's just when the turbo kicks in and you get into those higher RPMs, it really is fun. Let's do second gear. Let's go all the way down to second gear. All right, here we go. Turbos come on quick too. Brakes work real good. I mean, this car is a blast, and I bet you if I wanted to drift it, and if Chris would let me drift it, it would drift totally fine. So I don't really have words for the JZX90 except for that you should own one. And I've said this before in this type video, that it's literally the perfect daily driver, but it's the perfect daily driver and family car. It's 4 seats. It's got tons of room. It's extremely comfortable. It's reliable. It's a freaking Toyota. Parts are easy to come by. It's just, I don't know what to tell you except for you need to buy one. And luckily for you guys, we have 3 of them right now. We actually have a Chaser and we have 2 Crestas. This is one of them. This one is probably up for sale now or sold by the time you guys see this. This one is probably, I think, the most stock of the 3 of them that we have. And I don't know, I'm not gonna spend somebody else's money, but if I could, I would tell them to buy this car. So, as always guys, like, comment, subscribe. We love seeing your comments. We love laughing at them, and we like seeing familiar faces in the comment section. It's awesome, and it makes it feel more like a community. And check out our Instagram. Tevin, who's sitting right next to us, he's the man with that stuff. He does a great job at it. We'll see you guys next time. Hopefully you guys enjoy this type of video, because we're gonna keep throwing them at you.